rewriting the record books entirely. Remember that 19-assist game? Turns out, Indiana Fever franchise records to league-wide history. Clark didn't just enter the WNBA, she turned it upside down. Clark's passes weren't just accurate, they were creative. Behind-the-back dimes, no-look assists, and cross-court lasers became regular features in Fever games. Fans started coming to the arena just to see what kind of magic Clark would conjure up next. Clark's assist totals didn't just impact individual games.
Katie Lou Samuelson pushing pace. Mitchell scoops it in. Boston, mid-range fake, the pull-up, short, the follow, no. Another chance, won't go for Boston. Loose ball, this time, it's good.
She's not just breaking records. She's redefining what's possible in women's basketball. From deep logo threes to dazzling dimes, Caitlin Clark is doing things we've never seen before, and doing them with unstoppable swagger. But while the headlines scream about her stats and the highlight reels explode with her range, very few are asking the deeper question: why her? Why now? What's really behind this historic dominance? Is it just talent and hard work? Or is there something even bigger fueling this revolution? The truth might surprise you, because the real reason Caitlin Clark is rewriting the history books isn't just about her game. It's about a fire that started long before she ever stepped onto a college court. And once you understand it, you'll never look at her the same way again. This is more than a record-breaking season, it's a movement. Let's find out why. To understand why Caitlin Clark is breaking every record in women's basketball, you first have to go back. Not just to her childhood, but to the larger landscape of women's sports in America. Caitlin didn't emerge from a vacuum. Her rise was forged by fire, shaped by history, and fueled by a hunger that defies explanation. She's not just a player. She's a product of timing, talent, and tenacity, and she's become the perfect storm. Born in West Des Moines, Iowa, Caitlin Clark grew up in a household that didn't treat girls' sports as secondary. Her family nurtured her passion from the start. She was playing against boys before she even hit double digits in age, learning the value of grit and resilience the hard way, by getting knocked down and having to get back up. Her older brother played college football, and that competitive spirit ran deep through their bloodline. From driveway games to AAU circuits, she wasn't just trying to keep up, she was trying to dominate. But the story of Caitlin Clark doesn't begin and end with raw talent. Sure, her basketball IQ is off the charts, her vision is elite, and her range stretches the imagination. But countless players have had gifts. What separates Caitlin is what she does with those gifts. The discipline, the obsession with improvement, and the inner fire that won't go out even after a 40-point triple-double. The numbers are stunning, but they're just the surface. Underneath is a young woman who has studied the game as much as she's played it, who watches Steph Curry not just for the flair, but for the footwork, who breaks down film like a coach, who shows up 2 hours early just to feel the rhythm of the court. And let's be clear, Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records because she's a once-in-a-generation scorer. She's doing it because she understands the moment she's in. The WNBA and women's college basketball are exploding in popularity. Social media highlights are going viral. TV deals are bigger. Audiences are more engaged. The timing is perfect, but only a player like Caitlin Clark could seize that moment and elevate it to something more. She isn't riding a wave, she's leading it. Every record she breaks is a reflection of something deeper, a shift in how the game is played and perceived. Her logo threes have changed defensive schemes. Her passing has made teammates better and more confident. Her presence on the court is like gravity, drawing defenders, fans, and attention wherever she goes. Coaches prepare for her like she's a system, not just a player. And that's not an exaggeration. Teams build entire defensive philosophies just to contain her. And even then, they often fail. We also have to talk about pressure, because it's one thing to be talented, and it's another thing entirely to carry the weight of expectations. Every game she plays is under a microscope. Every miss, every turnover, every moment is analyzed. And yet she thrives. She wants that spotlight. She's wired for it. That mental toughness, that ability to lock in while millions are watching is rare. And it's part of what makes her historic. There's a cultural element, too. Caitlin Clark represents more than just Iowa or her university. She's become a national icon, especially for young girls. When she steps on the floor, she's not just playing for herself. She's inspiring a generation. The number of young players imitating her step-backs, her no-look passes, her killer mentality, it's staggering. Youth league registrations are up. Women's games are setting attendance records. The ripple effect of Caitlin Clark's impact isn't just measurable in points or assists. It's societal. Let's dig into the records themselves. As of this season, she's become the all-time leading scorer in NCAA women's basketball history. She shattered that record with time still left in her college career. She's recorded multiple triple-doubles, dropped 40-plus points against ranked opponents, and hit game winners from the logo. But again, context matters. She's doing all this while being the focal point of every defense. She's double-teamed, face-guarded, box-stand-one, and still dominates. Statistically, her numbers are video game absurd. Her scoring average sits above 30 points per game. Her assist totals rival point guards who don't even shoot. Her rebounding numbers, especially as a guard, are elite. She's a stat sheet destroyer. But here's the real kicker. She's efficient. Her shooting percentages are elite even with the high volume. That's nearly unheard of. But let's go deeper. What's the real reason she's breaking every record? It's her mindset. Caitlin Clark doesn't play for applause. She plays for legacy. She's obsessed with greatness. She doesn't want to be a star. She wants to be the standard. Every time she steps onto the court, she's chasing ghosts of the legends before her, of the doubters who said she couldn't, of the ceilings women athletes have been told they can't break through. And that's what makes her historic. She's also deeply team-oriented. That might sound surprising given her scoring output, but if you watch closely, you'll see how often she sets up teammates, how unselfish her reads are, how she elevates the entire system. Her teammates talk about her leadership, her work ethic, and how she makes them better. That's the mark of a true generational player, not just someone who excels, but someone who raises the level of everyone around her. The media often focuses on her scoring, but coaches rave about her decision-making. Scouts talk about her poise. Analysts break down her mechanics with awe. And fans just know that when Caitlin Clark is playing, something unforgettable might happen. Off the court, she's grounded, humble, media-savvy without being performative. She understands her platform and uses it. She advocates for women's sports, pushes for equity, and embraces the responsibility of being a role model. And she does it all while carrying the immense burden of being the face of women's college basketball. In every era, there's an athlete who comes along and changes the way the game is played and how it's viewed. Caitlin Clark is that athlete for women's basketball. She's the Steph Curry of the NCAA, the player who stretches defenses, thrills fans, and rewrites the playbook. But unlike many prodigies, she does it with joy. You can see it in the way she plays, with flair, with passion, with love for the game. She's not just trying to win, she's trying to transform. That's the real reason Caitlin Clark is breaking every record. Because she's built different. Because she's walking through walls most never dared to approach. Because she's the right player at the right time with the right mindset. And because she refuses to settle. This is more than a breakout season. It's a legacy in the making. And the scariest part? She's just getting started. If you've made it this far, then you already know Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records for fun. She's breaking barriers, shattering ceilings, and building a legacy brick by brick. But here's the thing. Her journey isn't just about her. It's about us, the fans, the supporters, the believers in women's sports. Every time you share a highlight, show up for a game, or talk about her greatness, you're helping fuel this movement. You're part of this revolution. So if Caitlin's story inspired you today, don't let it end when the video stops. Subscribe to the channel because this is just one chapter in a much bigger book. True WNBA is where we break down every play, every milestone, and every story that matters in women's basketball. We bring you the truth behind the greatness. And we're building a community that actually sees the game for what it is: powerful, historic, and just getting started. Drop a like if you believe in what Caitlin Clark is doing for the game. Leave a comment and tell us your favorite Caitlin moment. Was it the logo 3? The triple-double? The game winner under pressure? We read every comment, and your voice makes this channel stronger. And most importantly, share this video, because there are still millions of people out there who don't fully understand what Caitlin Clark is doing. They've seen the headlines, maybe even a clip or two, but they haven't seen the full story.
You can change that.
You can be the reason someone discovers the brilliance of Caitlin Clark and the power of women's basketball. All it takes is one share. Join the movement. Follow us on this journey, because Caitlin's story isn't over, and neither is ours. True WNBA is here to bring you everything you won't get from the mainstream sports media. We're not chasing hype, we're telling the truth. And right now, that truth is wearing a jersey, draining logo threes, and inspiring the world one bucket at a time. Be part of history. Be part of this team. Hit that subscribe button, and let's grow this platform together. Because Caitlin Clark is changing the game, and so can you. And now, as we wrap up this journey through the incredible rise of Caitlin Clark, take a moment to realize what we're truly witnessing. This isn't just a highlight reel or a hot streak. This is a cultural shift unfolding in real time, led by a young woman who decided that limits were meant to be broken. Caitlin Clark is more than a scorer, more than a shooter, more than a record breaker. She's a symbol of possibility for athletes, for women, and for the future of the game. In a world that so often overlooks greatness in women's sports, Caitlin forced everyone to pay attention, not by asking for permission, but by demanding respect through performance, through leadership, through relentless passion. She didn't just walk into the spotlight, she lit it up from the inside. But remember this, Caitlin Clark's records may live in the stat sheets, but her legacy is being written in the hearts of fans, in the dreams of young girls lacing up their first pair of sneakers, and in the changing conversations around what women's basketball can be. That's what truly matters. Not just the points she scores, but the path she's blazing. And while the numbers will continue to climb, and the trophies will continue to stack, what makes Caitlin truly unforgettable is the how. How she carries herself, how she raises the game, how she refuses to accept that there's anything she can't do. That's not just inspiring, that's revolutionary. So whether you followed her from day one, or you just discovered her magic today, know this: Caitlin Clark is far from finished. The story is still being written, and the next chapter? It's going to be even bigger. This is where we'll be, right here at True WNBA, documenting every milestone, every clutch shot, every jaw-dropping assist. Because the future of women's basketball is now, and Caitlin Clark is leading the way. Thank you for watching. Thank you for believing in the game. And thank you for being part of something bigger than basketball. Because when one player dares to be great, it opens the door for everyone else to follow.